Good morning, trading world. It is October 13th, 2022, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the markets. Now, normally I come on and I give my synopsis, and I want to apologize this morning because normally with a big report like this, I would try to be ahead of the report. But I'm going to go through the synopsis that I wrote before the report, and then we're going to come back and take a look at what's to be done now. But CPI is upon us. I wanted to remind everyone of the mechanics of a crash. Before I go into that, every day I close my videos with your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital you already have. And we do that by knowing and understanding the risk you have on in each position and managing that risk in accordance to your account size. This is one of those days where you better know the risk you have on in each position and be okay and able to survive that max loss. I come in every day and post a main thesis and an alternate thesis, and I know people are like, pick a side, bullish or bearish, just pick a side. You make no sense saying both. The reason I post a main and alternate thesis has nothing to do with being bullish or bearish, but everything to do with risk. If I choose a position, I have to know if it all goes wrong, what am I facing? I have talked about squeezes, and let me go back to that for just a second. If I am bullish, and the main thesis is bullish, the alternate thesis gives me the opposite of what I'm facing. So whatever bullish position I put on, I know that's the risk. That alternate thesis is the risk that I'm facing. That's what's so important about the main and alternate thesis to me. And even I've had people criticize with the vice versa and how I kind of diagram the scenarios of the day. And the reason I make you aware of the vice versa, or give these vice versa alerts, it's for me so that I know what I am facing. If I take a bullish or bearish position, I have to know if it all goes wrong, what I'm facing. So I've said a few times, risk is more important. Understanding and knowing and protecting yourself risk-wise is a lot of the times way more important than directional bias. Now, I have talked about squeezes before using the analogy of a crowded boat. If too many people are on a boat and a majority of the people begin to crowd to one side of the boat, all it takes is a small wave or set move of people on the crowded side and the boat could capsize. The same happens in trading when we get to a particular level and one side of the trade gets overcrowded. Everyone is looking for a long at 356 on the spot, and it is crowded. And everyone is leaning that way. We get that small wave of algo traders, or a report in this instance, that push hard enough to make some long traders jump ship, meaning abandon their positions, and we capsize in the trade. I say all this to let you know crashes rarely happen from overbought conditions. They happen from positions so oversold where so many people just don't think we could go any lower. So everyone piles on the long side of the boat, and that small action happens to startle everyone. That small action being a CPI report, for instance, or just bigger traders rocking the boat. You better be okay with your risk. Hedge now or forever lose your peace. You can still hedge now using futures. One futures contract is equivalent to 500 shares of the spot. Also, if you can't tell a horrific move is happening one way or another today, go look at the SPX. We had a 93% implied vol with an expected move of plus or minus 82 points. And that was just for today. We started the week with an expected move of plus or minus 125. That was for the entire week. I can't stress enough how big that is. Now, let's get to the key levels of the day. All right, here we are back with the key levels of the day. Starting on the support side, we have our jack support that was at 356 to the 355 area. Then we had our queen support 354 to the 351 area. Look for this to be an area of consolidation and possible another point to possibly roll over just a little bit more after the open. And then we have our king support 350 all the way down to 342. Just to kind of go over where the resistance was, our jack resistance was at 359 to the 360 area, and then queen resistance was 361 to the 364 area, and then king resistance was 365 all the way up to 380. Now, this highlighted area is going to play a big part in today because there are a lot of unfilled orders and we just clearly sliced through that. So when we come back up to this area, it's going to be a level of high contingency or much resistance trying to fight back through there. So that's where we're more than likely going to get to and roll back over after the cash open. And one of the things that I'm going to be looking for, I was looking for a VIX to hit 35. And if we hit 35 and back off, and I mean back off sharply, then we can start to consolidate and push back up. However, if we break through the 35 level and continue rising on the VIX, look for us to continue to spill out an all-out panic downtrend for the day. And we should get this much needed capitulation that I have been looking for I don't know how long now. But this is what I was holding on to, those VIX spreads. I did a bunch of VIX $10 wide volatility spreads back in the end of July. And this is the exact moment that you were looking for. I'm just looking for the VIX to push to that 35 level. They're already making money, but I was just inherent on getting to that 35 level on the VIX. So we'll see what happens at the open today. Because at that 35 level, I can definitely start taking some of those off. The crazy part about the analysis that I did yesterday and this morning before the actual CPI print is that there was no bias today. We had a true 50-50 day ahead. And the way I wrote it up, we could take off and head straight to 377.84 area on the bullish side, or we could crash and burn down towards 353 through 342 area on the bearish side. The current major channel we were in is 364 down to 353. The major channel below that is 353 down to 342. We did have distance between the technicals and the quants. The tech side was bullish. The quant side was pretty much 50-50. They had no way to price in risk. Either way, there was going to be a 90% probability of a huge swing. And we definitely got that huge swing. To kind of talk about what happens from here has a lot to do with VIX and where we head to on the VIX. Because I've definitely been looking for a capitulative moment, and a lot of talking heads on TV were saying that we've had these capitulation type moments already, and I just did not see it. And so I've been holding true to the fact that it will be coming. So that's the whole reason that I continue to hold a bunch of these VIX spreads. And then I'm excited to see some moves that I did just yesterday around midday to kind of balance off some bullish spreads that I had. I decided to take some shorts on Apple. I did take a number of shorts on Apple. Some were out of the money, and a few were in the money. Let me see here. The shorts that I had on ranged in Apple from the shorting the 139, shorted the 139 with on the October 14th expiration. I got in at 217 yesterday. So I'll be excited to see what a bunch of those look like. And also, I've been holding on to some shorts that were down around the 120s. The 120, it also has a day to go, and then some that are 8 days out on the 120 area. So that, and also the XLE short that I'm in. I was getting beat up on the XLE short coming into yesterday. I put it on maybe 2 days ago, but I was getting beat up on it pretty decently, and I expect today to be back in play with that. Other things, the reason why I started putting on long positions is to kind of balance the delta in throughout my trading accounts, because I had a lot of short positions, so I wanted to put on something to kind of offset a lot of the negative delta that I had on. But what's going to be doing really good is that I sell a lot of naked premium. And I don't talk about these positions because it is very dangerous. It is not for the faint of heart, and definitely not for those that have no idea of what they are doing or new to it. So I rarely talk about those positions, but that side of the portfolio is going to be doing really well this morning. But I look for us to have that trend day down. I talked about the scenarios for the day. I can kind of draw out what I expect. Because we're already down here and we're going to go into the open gap down. And let me put where we closed at. We closed around 356.56. So that's all the way up here. Give me just a moment. I'm tending to another account here. So yeah, we're looking at 56.56 is the open. So let me make that different. So this is the previous close from yesterday, and it plays a important role in knowing where you are on the day. So again, we're going to approach the open from a huge gap down. Now, the other thing to consider is that we splashed out and there's going to be no one willing to buy in the algos. If we hit that 35 VIX and we start to reverse and come down sharply, you want to look for an engulfing day, because it is quite possible we could come down, find support, and still go on one heck of a rally. But it's all based on what we do in the VIX, because I sincerely think we have an appointment at the 35 level on the VIX. And to me, that's going to determine how the rest of the day plays out. So if we come down into the opening, we should get some type of consolidation that's going to take us back into this area right here, where there are going to be a lot of leftover orders. And this is where you need to pay attention to the VIX, because if we hit 35 on the VIX and we continue to increase or go up on the VIX, we continue to go up in the dollar, the bonds continue, the rates continue to go up, you're going to look for a reversal, and we're going to continue lower, and we're going to test at some point the lower end of the main channel, the next lower channel, which is that 342 or 343 area. We'll reach our midday chop, probably do another head fake down like we want to continue down, and then we could have something super huge to this effect the second half of the day. So that's going to be something to really look for. There's some more bullish positions like Intel, where I bought a position in Intel, and I was looking to buy more, but I wanted to wait until after the CPI print hit, and I'm going to take a look at it, and it all is based on the VIX, what we do when we hit that 35 level. So again, I hope this helps. I didn't really go through all of the scenarios. I just wanted to kind of come in and talk about it, because usually I have the report made or the video made before the important event, but I didn't get a chance to do that this morning. So these are all things that are going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And again, to me, the most important factor today, I can't talk about it enough, is where we go to on the VIX. We hit 35, continue through. Bad news. We keep going. We hit 35, moderate and reverse. That's a sign that we've hit a bottom or ready to make a bottom, and it's a chance to try to get long. I won't be getting too long in the indexes, but specific stocks that have good fundamentals and have been sideways or no more momentum down, I'll be looking to buy and hold for the rest of the year, because even I have a position in Walgreen Boots, and my my thought process would have been to take a put during today if it hits below a certain level, because it was way up from where I got in at it. So I would protect that by buying a put on it to kind of hedge it. But other than that, I'm fine with the risk that I have on right now. Even more excited about the shorts that I took yesterday in Apple. And again, I'll close it out by saying your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have. We do that by knowing and understanding the risk that we have on in each position, and we manage that risk in accordance to our account size. Again, I apologize for not having this out before. I was able to get the write-up out to Reddit before the report, but I was not able to do the video before the CPI hit. So I hope this helps. Wishing you a positive trading day. Have a great one.